Hey friends, Beck the Feminist Lawyer here again. I've seen a lot more questions about the Trump trial and his 34 felony convictions, and so I'm here to answer those. One of the comments I keep seeing over and over again is that this is an imaginary crime and it's all made up law, and that the judge is trying to make law and that it's all corrupt. And what I think a lot of people don't understand is that the United States is what's called a common law country. We borrowed this from the Brits because we had, British people coming over here, and we borrowed most of their legal system. What common law means is that each case that is decided in a given jurisdiction affects what the law is there. So if a judge decides a case about, A having done B, and the decision is that C is the consequence of A having done B, then that becomes the law in that jurisdiction. So anytime, A comes in having done B, they would bring that previous case forward and say, okay, in this case, A did B and the consequence was C, so the consequence should be C in this case. Or they might say, well, yes, A did B, and according to this case, if A did B, the consequence was C. But in the current case, A did something a little bit different, and that law shouldn't apply, and here's why. If the judge decides that the previous law is not perfectly applicable to the case in front of him or her or them, then that law will be changed. It's kind of a beautiful thing about the American system of government. It's that the Constitution can be amended and that law can be tailored to the moment and be tailored to each specific case, so we don't have any kind of broad injustice that's often present in codified countries. When you're stuck with a code and there's no flexibility, more often than not, it's the harsher of the punishments that is chosen, even if it's not completely applicable. So, it's our way of, enacting due process and avoiding injustice. So no, we had never seen a case of a presidential candidate having falsified business records in a hush money ploy against a porn star who potentially could have besmirched his character before he was running for president. This was a completely new can of worms, and new cans of worms require new law. So the lawyers in question brought forth all of the precedents that they could think were reasonably applicable. They made their arguments as to why they should or should not apply, and the judge and the jury deliberated accordingly. And the jury correctly returned a verdict of guilty on all 34 counts because it was very, very clear that the records had been falsified. Another point that I see getting brought up is, well, who cares about what Trump did because there's so much more corruption closer to the White House? Okay, try them. If crimes have been committed close to the White House by Biden or anyone in the administration, anyone up and down the Democratic or Republican parties, anybody who's involved in governance, if crimes have been committed, I want to see them tried. And I want to see them tried properly according to due process with equal protection. Try them, convict them, throw them the hell out. Criminals do not belong in governance. But as of now, Trump has been tried. Trump has been found guilty because Trump committed the damn crimes. If you got proof of Biden committing some horrible crime, then bring him forth. Charge him. Get him charged. Bring him forth, and let's see him tried and brought down. If he's a criminal, I don't want him in the White House either. But as of now, nobody's charged him. And clearly, holding or having held the seat of the presidency does not exempt you from, the charges being brought forth or at least being mentioned. There have been other criminals in the White House, but all of them at least had the decency to resign before any of this shit went down for the good of stability. But of course, Trump doesn't give a single turd about stability. He only cares about his own power. In addition, if you are the person who is arguing that Trump should be left alone because he's just trying to run for office and, this is all politically motivated, I guess I understand what you're trying to say, but he committed crimes, and crimes need to be tried. People are tried and convicted under these exact same statutes on a frickin' daily basis all over the country. So if you are saying that he should have been left alone, you are demanding special treatment for him because he's running for president, and that's against equal protection. It's against due process. It's against equal protection. It's just as simple as that. Which, wouldn't surprise me about Trump supporters because he has straight up said that he's going to dismantle the Constitution in multiple ways as soon as he regains the power to do so. So pretending you're a patriot that gives a shit about the Constitution, and supporting Trump at the same time, I mean, I don't know how you bear the cognitive dissonance. Anyway, so if you have any more questions about what's going on, and if I'm capable of answering them, make sure that you leave them in the comments, and I'd be happy to make reply videos and explain anything that I can about what's going on with the trial. All right, y'all, stay safe out there, and keep fighting that good fight.